Part 1. The Invisible Invasion. They say you don't just marry a man, you marry his family. But I didn't know I was marrying a woman who viewed me as a kidnapper. From the day I met David, his mother, Eleanor, was a shadow over our relationship. It started small, moving my kitchen spices because David prefers them here, or buying him underwear because he only likes this specific brand. It was annoying, but I brushed it off. I wanted to be the chill wife. I wanted to keep the peace. But after our wedding, the peace felt more like a Cold War. Eleanor didn't just visit, she infiltrated. She had a key to our house, and she used it. I'd come home from work to find her folding David's laundry, smelling his shirts, and humming a lullaby. When I told David it made me uncomfortable, he'd just sigh. She's just lonely, Sarah. She's a widow. She just wants to feel needed. Part 2. The Wedge. Eleanor began a systematic campaign to destroy my image in David's eyes. She'd accidentally burn the dinner I spent hours cooking and then save the day by ordering his favorite takeout. She'd whisper to him in the hallway about how tired and stressed I looked, implying I couldn't handle the household. The most disturbing part was how she acted around him. She would sit uncomfortably close to him on the couch, stroking his hair, resting her head on his shoulder. It wasn't motherly, it was possessive. David, conditioned by years of her emotional manipulation, didn't see it. He saw love. I saw a predator. Everything changed when Eleanor announced she had mold in her apartment and needed to stay with us for a month. That's when the atmosphere in our home turned toxic. Part 3. The night the world broke. David started acting different. He was distant, irritable with me, but strangely submissive to her. He started drinking more, just a glass or two of whiskey Eleanor would kindly pour for him every night before bed. One Thursday, I had to stay late at the office for a project. I felt a pit in my stomach all day. A gut feeling I couldn't ignore. A few weeks prior, I had installed a small, inconspicuous security camera in the guest room, not because I suspected this, but because I thought Eleanor was stealing my jewelry or reading my private journals. I opened the app on my phone at 11 p.m. The house was quiet. I clicked on the live view for the guest room. My heart didn't just drop, it felt like it withered inside my chest. David was there. He looked glazed, almost out of it. Eleanor had been medicating his drinks with her own prescription anxiety pills to keep him compliant. She was over him, whispering that I didn't love him, that only she knew what he needed. And then, the line was crossed. A line that can never, ever be uncrossed. I watched, paralyzed by a sickening wave of nausea, as Eleanor, his own mother, initiated something that was not just a betrayal of a marriage, but a violation of every human law. It wasn't an affair. It was a reclaiming. She wanted him back under her skin, back where she felt he belonged. She was using his drugged, confused state to bind him to her forever through a secret so dark he could never leave her. Part 4. The Aftermath. I didn't scream. I didn't call. I drove home in a trance. When I walked through the door, the house was silent. I went straight to the guest room and kicked the door open. The look on Eleanor's face wasn't fear. It was triumph. She looked at me over her shoulder and smiled. He's mine again, Sarah. He was always mine. David looked like he was waking up from a nightmare, his eyes unfocused, the horror slowly dawning on him as he saw me holding the phone with the recording still running. He started to vomit. He couldn't even look at himself. I didn't pack a bag. I just took my car keys and the camera's memory card. The police will have the footage by morning, I said, my voice sounding like it belonged to a stranger. And Eleanor, if I ever see you near him, or me, or even in this city again, I will make sure everyone in your social circle, your church, and your family sees exactly what kind of mother you are. Part 5. The Recovery. The divorce was fast. David entered intensive therapy and a rehabilitation center. He's a broken man. He lives in a different state now, under a different name, trying to scrub the memory of his own mother from his skin. Eleanor. She fled before the police could process the emotional and physical abuse charges. She's out there somewhere, likely playing the victim, telling people her evil daughter-in-law stole her son away. I still have the recording. I keep it in a digital vault. People ask me why I didn't just delete it. I keep it as a reminder. A reminder that some monsters don't live under the bed or in the woods. Sometimes, they sit at your dinner table, smile at your wedding, and call you daughter while they wait for the lights to go out.